Before we get started, I just have to say, if you like and enjoy the game, you're a part of the problem. You're the reason why the game is allowed to exist as it is right now. There will be no improvements, no betterment, because you will continue to keep playing it at its worst state, and for that I am truly sorry. You deserve better, but clearly you don't want better if you keep playing. I'm someone who started Destiny 2 during Warmind, and ever since then, I'm more or less stuck through with the franchise. Except for one time in Shadowkeep, I skipped the later half of Season 8, 9, 10, and then I came back for Season of the Rivals, just because of how boring, dull, and uninspired the whole Shadowkeep era was. We killed the Witness, and ever since then, we've been dealing with the Echoes. I myself have not really played the game aside from the 2 dungeons that came out, but I've rarely touched the Echo storyline because I'm not interested in. There's really nothing else to do after the Witness. You've killed the penultimate villain of the universe. What are you gonna do? Go back to fighting some burglar on the street? No. Even the writing team doesn't really know what to do. We've been in a cycle since even the very beginning of Destiny 1 where it's constantly been, it's over, we're so back, it's over, we're so back. And it's getting really tiring to constantly see this cycle over and over and over and over again. I just think it's time that you should move on if you're genuinely uninterested in the game. Bungie is not the same Bungie that we knew all those years ago. Even the Bungie of Forsaken is gone. Like, they're not there. Final Ship was a last hurrah, an end to a 10-year cycle, which quite frankly was just pulled out of their ass throughout the last 7 years, and then in the last 3 years they're like, oh yeah, we kind of have some semblance of story, we're just gonna string it together, but we're gonna market it as a 10-year journey because why not? I'm pretty sure all of Destiny 1's info is like outdated at this rate. I don't think there's some easy fix that'll make Destiny 2 suddenly so good everyone's gonna come rushing back. No, the reality is a lot of people have left and disappeared since that 10-year cycle. They no longer had a reason to stay. There was no hold on them anymore. I myself being one of them. On top of that, people kind of got sick and tired of it. There's really only so much Destiny that you can play without it getting old. We're approaching year 10, probably year 11 of the franchise, and people are already tired of more Destiny, and you think somehow they're going to be able to change that and innovate in a way unlike before. The Marathon reveal just came out and people are dogging on that, and I gotta say, I'm pretty happy about that. People not just instantly buying into it and being kind of skeptical. That's good. We need this sort of stuff. The PR team hasn't exactly been helping with their situation, but you know, whatever. I'm fine with people just taking a step back and assessing something before they make their purchase rather than just blindly consuming. Of course, there will always be those who blindly consume, or the crowd who's like, what did Bungie do to deserve this? What's with all the blind hate? Those are the people who are only looking from the outside in. They probably played Destiny 2 year 1 when it launched, was like, oh, Lamau, dead game. Looked in, peeked through the curtain every so often, never saw the downgrade of Destiny 2 live in front of them, and now they're just saying this because they're fucking dumb and retarded. We've seen Bungie degrade in real time. That's why people are skeptical of Marathon. That's why they don't trust this. That's why I wouldn't trust Destiny 2 either. What are they gonna do? Release Marathon, then all of a sudden, oh yep guys, all the resources are going back into Destiny 2. No, they're probably not gonna do that. They say they are. Probably not. I just don't think it's worth any of your all's time, really. I don't think Bungie deserves the $40 price tag for a game with, what, 3 maps? No social chat? Because, oh no, we have to rub the edge off of anything. You can't, social interaction, isn't that like the whole point of Tarkov or these sorts of extraction shooters? I've never played them, I don't know, so I can't really speak from that perspective, but No, we have to constantly sanitize stuff. I'm gonna be honest, 90% of you guys have never played a game before 2010. Most of you all have just jumped into my hobby, my passion, like the fucking posers you are. And you're out here trying to mandate shit and control it. No, you can't be rude. You can't be mean. You want to know, the more you tell people that they can't say or do this, the more likely they are to say it out of outrage or principle alone. It's kind of like the Streisand effect. Trash talking was an art back then. It was an art. And you want to know why it was an art? Because yeah, there was racism, there was crazy shit being said, but you kind of realize something. If you say the hard R the 6th time in a row, it kind of loses its edge if you kept repeatedly using it. You had to get creative. You had to actually learn how your opponent played, what to do, become creative with this shit. And despite all that, we never had any issues with communication. Matter of fact, sometimes that's the sort of shit that would bring you together. Fucking mutual respect of just shit talking, playing games with each other. Maybe your opponent's one game, you play together and you're both just killing it on top of the leaderboard, and you're like, you know what, maybe this motherfucker's a little cooler than I thought. That's how you became friends. Now, you can't even be social. They don't want you to play in the same team. They always divorce you from it. This constant AI, always listening, always monitoring to see, oh no, is he going to say even something slightly offensive? You have Xbox has a fucking in-game report feature. Is there language you don't want to hear on Xbox? Here, block it right now. What happened to the hobby I love so much? I remember I could just rally the boys, get everyone together, go into game chat, and just hoot and holler and have fun. Yeah, could things get a little out of hand at times? Sure, but that's what the block and mute button was for. There was nothing stopping people from using that. When you would get good games with some good trash talk, there was nothing like it. It was an incredible experience. Maybe you start off heated at first, but like afterwards, guys at the end were like, man, this is fun as shit. Hope to see y'all later. Maybe you all added each other as friends and continued playing. Maybe you bullied a squeaker because it was fun. Okay, people like to have moral grandstand and be like, oh no, you shouldn't bully anyone, you shouldn't do any of that. That was just the war zone. That was part of it. You get your ass stomped as a noob. You get called a little baby bitch for being a squeaker. Oh boy, that was times. That's what built you up. Maybe I was your real dad. Maybe I was your stepdad because of how much fucking I did to your mom. And now we can't have that. We can't have that at all. Was it perfect by any means? No, it wasn't. There's always going to be flaws in any social chat. But I would rather take those times than this squeaky clean, nobody wants to talk, nobody wants to do anything, nobody wants to be social. It's sad. It's really, really sad. I feel nowadays it's even more toxic than it was before. But now it just seems vitriolic. Whereas back then, we all knew it was just a joke. It was for the love of the game. It was for fun. How could you love Halo if you're 1 in 17? You don't love the game. You're weird. Get out. You used to get bullied for liking games. Or the world told you that games were just a waste of time. You're doing nothing but wasting time playing those video games. If not, then you're someone who came in late. Someone who came in when streaming and everything took over. Now every Tim, Dick, and Harry can be a streamer. These are the guys who would have made fun of you for liking games. And here they are, profiting off of it. Who even knows if they really have a love for the game? I don't. I love Destiny. Nowadays I look back on it critically because people love circle jerking it off and acting like it's the greatest game in the world. It's not. It was fun. It was really fun for its time, and it was innovative. People don't remember the backlash Destiny got. Oh yeah, it was a $60 game with a $40 expansion pass pre-order. That got a lot of shit. No one brings that up. Nah, the game just the armor hit differently. The armor hits differently. The guns hit differently. It just there's something about it that I can't explain. Yeah, I can. It's nostalgia. I remember what the feeling was like back then when it came to these sort of games. You can even argue that my chat about old voice chat is nostalgia. I wouldn't blame you, because it is. And you find, any fault, if what I said is objectively untrue, then tell me. It's time to move on. Nothing can last forever. The Bungie we know and love is dead. I don't really think they can recapture the magic that they once had over the world. Marathon just proves it to me. I could be wrong, and this video could be outdated the day the game comes out. I don't think there's really anything they can offer to the old player base that'll make them happy. I don't think there's any amount of changes they can do to Destiny 2 to really revitalize it. They clearly don't care about us. If Marathon does well, what then? Bungie's just going to keep enabling its bad habits, its bad spending, player abuse. What'll it do? Throw in even more microtransactions, a battle pass, an event pass, character skins, character assassinations, emotes. When will it stop? It won't. It won't ever stop. We saw it with Eververse. Oh, it's okay. It's just a little loot box for emotes and cosmetics, and now here it is, a full-blown storefront with Star Wars memorabilia as the front page. They can barely afford to keep their employees hired, but can do a collab with Star Wars. I think that sells you everything you need to know about Bungie. At least the Bungie of now. It makes me sad because I really did grow up with these guys, and I saw the beauty of their works. Everything just went downhill. I hope you at least take the time to consider your relationship with Bungie. If you're a content creator, I do not blame you for staying on the grind. I get it. You gotta pay bills. I don't hate you for it. But to the everyday man, take some time and really just evaluate. Is a struggling game really worth all your time? Is a watered down, mediocre experience really all that you want from this company? They can't give you greatness anymore. They will try. Maybe they might succeed. Maybe when Sony's about to threaten to dissolve them into their company, will they be like, yes, we can do it? I don't think they can. And if they do, the cycle will continue anew. Get out while you still can. That's the only thing I ask. Thank you again for watching this video. If you liked it, a like and subscribe. If you didn't, tell me why. Why do you not like it? You want to call me gay or a loser in the comments? Go ahead, man. I don't care. See ya.